So, if you are single and want to be married one day, you need to understand and know how to curate a home. So, I have been thinking about this as I'm cleaning my house today and things that I do as a wife on a regular basis that I want to share with single women so they understand that being a homemaker is very important, right? My name is Precious Vines Harris, and I am the single maven. So today I'm going to talk about just a few things that I want to share to single women in regards to being a great homemaker. So number one, make sure that your home is clean. Now, what I mean by clean is clean as in it's not dirty, it's not filled with things that need to be washed, they're not dirty cups, clothes, all those things lying around, right? And those things will collect. As you go throughout your week, those things will collect. But set aside time in your week. For me, often it's Saturdays. Sometimes I break it up in the week and I do different things throughout the week in a specific space. But make sure your home is clean. The thing for me is getting clean versus disorganized, differentiated. Some people get those things confused. You can very well have a clean home and it not be organized because you have spaces that need to be decluttered, right? You need to put away some items. But in order to be a great homemaker, you have to understand that you have to have a clean home. And my motto in my home, my mom raised me, she said, especially if you have a 2-level home, always keep your downstairs clean because you never know when people may come by your house. And the way our house is set up, it's an open concept on the bottom level, right? So you have, when you walk in the front door, you have a bathroom to the right and my husband's man cave. But then when you go in, the kitchen is right there. So it's no way to avoid seeing the kitchen, right? If you are prepping dinner, if you have dishes in the sink, if you have things you have not cleared off from yesterday's breakfast, everyone's going to see it. And then you go into the living room area, right? So make sure that you have a method for the madness. Make sure that you understand the nuances of cleaning your home. Make sure that you keep up with the items that you need to clean, right? So that will be number 2. Tip number 2 is make sure you keep up with the items you need to have a clean home. Meaning if there are certain cleansers, you need to clean certain areas. If there are things you need to do to modify to make sure that space keeps itself more tidy than other areas. Like for me, I don't like leaving dishes in the sink. Like I just said, we have an open concept home. So if you know that you have an open concept home, get cleansers specifically for, like I have cleanser for like granite countertops. I have cleanser for our stainless steel appliances and our stovetop. I purchased special cleaner for that because now we have a gas stove, which I'm not really used to. I am getting used to it now. But you have to have specific cleansers for that because you don't have caps on the stove, right? We have like the iron bars on top of the actual eyes. So people can see that when they walk in. If you have dishes laying in the sink, if you have things you have not washed that have spilled when you're cooking, they see that, right? So for me, I have to have specific things that I keep those areas clean on a regular basis. And I'm always wiping down countertops, right? So you may want to invest if you have like granite countertops in those, I can't think of the name of them, but those actual cloths that don't scratch, like they're scratch resistant cloths. Microfiber, I think that's the word I'm looking for. Microfiber cloths that you wipe everything down. I always have a bottle of cleanser sitting out 9 times out of 10 on the counter because I want to make sure that I'm always, it seems like wiping and spraying on a regular basis. And that's one of the things I think I often complain about, but I have a white kitchen. So I can't want to have the aesthetic of being clean and not be clean, which means step number 3, you have to look at the top, from the top to the bottom of your rooms to make sure those areas are clean. What I mean by that is this. When I go in my bathrooms, sometimes, and I just did it downstairs, I take a sponge, right, and I wipe the top of the pictures. If you have anything hanging on your wall, if you have sconces or lights, any of those things, they can get dusty quickly, and you often don't think about it because you're not looking up, right? But those things can create extra allergies or allergens in the atmosphere. So make sure that you take time, even if it's maybe every couple of months when you change your filters, every 3 months when you change your filters, use a vacuum. And like I'm looking at one right now, I need to go through and vacuum the actual the grate that's on top of the filter, right? Because those areas will get dirty quickly, and you don't want someone to come in your home and see those little things, even though you may not think it's a big thing, right? But periodically you need to take time to do the little things that will make your area clean and tidy, right? And those are just a few little tips. I'm not going to be up here long like I'm a clean guru, but what I am is very particular about how I present myself when in my home. I want to be comfortable. I want it to be clean, but I don't want it to be cluttered downstairs, even though I just did a video about cleaning this ledge off. Downstairs never has any extra cups. We don't leave out dishes. We don't leave out paper or trash around. We don't have those things around, because when people come in, you never know when someone's going to step through. You want to make sure that the home is presentable to them, but also presentable to you. Because when I walk in my home from a long, hard day's work, I don't want to see a bunch of junk laying around in my living room if I want to come in and sit and watch television on my kitchen counter, right? So these are just a few tips for single women. So I encourage you to definitely comment. Let me know what some of your things that you would suggest as far as keeping a tidy home, like the top tips that you have and things that you recommend, and also share as it relates to your experiences. What were some of the things that you were raised with as far as how you clean your house or how you keep your house clean? If you've not done so, like this post, share with a friend, and subscribe to The Single Maven. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time.